All right, let's talk about it real quick. Let's transition over to NFL news. Uh, NFL's planning to get rid of the Pro Bowl. I did not hear any of this, but Julian put it on the topic sheet. Julian, how do you feel about the Pro Bowl in general and the
Kind of heard
future
this
of the Pro Bowl?
debate.
What
Wait,
you
say
got?
that again. I accidentally I hit my knob on
Yeah,
my
okay.
headphones and it like completely went quiet.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about the Pro Bowl in general, and what do you think about the future of the Pro Bowl going forward?
Man, all right. So the Pro Bowl game itself sucks.
Yeah,
It's
we know you
terrible.
hate it. We know you hate it.
But I I think the idea is they're not going to get rid of the Pro Bowl weekend or like the idea of like getting voted into the Pro Bowl because
Yeah.
obviously it's an accomplishment. We should have reward players and they should get their bonuses for making Pro Bowls and stuff. Um, Obviously, the game just seems like something nobody ever wants to play. It just seems like you're just kind of at least going. I always thought the best thing was the challenges. I mean, and that goes for really any sport, honestly, like baseball, basketball, hockey. Obviously nobody's going to go that hard because essentially it's a meaningless game. And when they try to make it meaningful, it doesn't ever really end up working, and nobody ends up really liking it. Like what they did with baseball. Like if you won the All Star game, then you got home field advantage, which I thought was always stupid. Um, but I would like to see just more competitions, more friendly, like more like cool shit. I always thought the I know back in the day they used to do the bench press challenge, which was always pretty cool to watch, but obviously they're not going to do that anymore because players don't want to like tear a fucking pec going for like their 40th rep on 225. But yeah, just more challenges. They do more like cool shit or like dodgeball. I don't know if I want to watch dodgeball, but like I know that's what they were doing last year. But if they could just find like
Yeah.
cool like challenges that they could capitalize, like they do with the quarterback challenge, because the quarterback challenge is always kind of fun to watch too. Something they can do that's entertaining and they don't have to worry about injury risk, which it's
Yeah,
going to be
and
a
I was
tough thing
I
for
was
NFL to
gonna I
figure
was
out.
gonna throw that in there. It's like, I understand this whole injury thing between the professional athletes and in any sport, right? Real quick to baseball. I think the All Star game. I think that's probably one of the best All Star games. I know you hate what they win if they okay, the home field advantage thing and everything. But I feel like baseball is one of those sports where like you can still play a real game. Like the pitcher's going to go pitch, the hitters are going to go hit, and the fielders are going to field, and you're going to see real big, like still real baseball, but the best players on the field.
Yeah, I
Basketball, we
agree.
know, yeah, basketball, we know. Okay, it might get fun, competitive at the end because again the injury, and then football obviously with the injuries. And I do like the idea, like you mentioned, with the competitions and everything like that. But it's just so hard. Like if you always have injury in the back of your mind as a physical athlete, for something that I guess doesn't count, it's like then why do anything? Because it's kind of hard. You're gonna find that median and like, oh, we can do this competition. Oh, but he could get injured his pec. Or we could do races, but he could pull his hamstring running full speed. So it's like, what's the answer? If you're really
Yeah.
always worried about injury during that season, or maybe you have to change when you do the Pro Bowl,
That's
kind
what I was
of in
gonna
a
say. Yeah.
sense,
Or
maybe
maybe
afterwards or mid seat. Like who knows? Like it's kind of weird.
Or
Um,
maybe you could do something just like completely like unrelated to football. Like I know they
but
tried to
then
do with the
would people
dodgeball
actually
thing.
care? Then I get the whole ceremony. You vote them in. We love it, right? You should get your recognition. But this is supposed to appeal to the fans. Um,
There's
Yeah.
something, dude. There's something out
like
there you can
and
do.
it's
I
hard.
feel
It's a
like they.
hard. Like, what do you really replace it with? Like, if you're not gonna
I
Let's
play
say you
think
have.
football,
I think anything's better than playing the actual game. Anything's better than
yeah.
that. And there's
Unless they
something.
go 100%. If they change, like, hey, listen, you guys got to play.
There's no shot.
Dude,
No way. The
You guys
NFL
got to
wouldn't want
play.
here's
it.
here,
Teams wouldn't want
here,
that.
here
Owners wouldn't want. No.
here's my guarantee to make the Pro Bowl better. You should have the NFL Olympics. NFL Olympics. You
Okay.
have Olympic
I
trials.
was thinking
All
All right.
these
something like
Okay.
that.
guys,
Gabe's on to
a lot of
something.
these guys in college, they're track stars. They play basketball. They do it into other sports. Some of them play baseball. Have NFL Olympics where we just have a couple games, a softball tournament. You have track and field. You have some swimming. You have some archery.
Track and
You
field's
have
not
these
going to work.
guys.
I would love
I
to
mean,
see. I would love to see like 40-yard dash races. Like that would be awesome. But I don't think
yeah.
that's happening. Um,
And I think they do a little bit with the skill stuff. I mean, that's kind of in there,
Yeah.
throwing, catching, route running. They do a little bit of that, which is enjoyable. I think you are right. Like as far as the NFL Pro Bowl, I think anything but the game is better. But I want to counter Jojo what you said. Like, it doesn't count for anything towards the season, but it does count because guys have their contract structured around it. If they have certain achievements, you get so many sacks, you get so many awards and accolades. You do get money for it. So you in a way you are getting paid to entertain. But like what you said earlier is like for baseball, it's in the middle of the season, right? So there is a risk of like if I get injured here, I'll fuck up the rest of my season.
I also think
that's at the end of the year when
I
the
also
season's
think
already
with
done.
I was gonna say I also think with baseball, you can kind of just by the nature of the sport, like it's just not a very like unless you're a pitcher, there's it's not a super injury prone sport like in general. It's not like football where it's
Yeah,
like
and
any
that's what I
hit
was
can
agreeing
happen.
to. Yeah,
Like
exactly. You can see a
to
full
me
game.
the most at risk is the pitcher. Like maybe they could fuck up their elbow or something thrown at like 90 miles per hour, but like that's probably you can get away with it a little bit more because it's like at the end of the day, it's not the most injury prone sport like something like football or even like basketball or hockey could be like or soccer or whatever. But yeah, I think the idea of like some sort of Olympic, if they can come up with some, they can. There's some brains out there. They can come up with something like maybe like like boating or some shit. I don't know, like kayak, like
Kayaking.
Yeah,
row,
but
like row.
is that what the fans would actually want to see?
I don't
Stuff
know,
that's just
like
unrelated to
Listen.
football?
or open it up to voting for the fans. Like
Yeah.
have like see what people want, come up with ideas, like open it out to the public. Because at the end of the day, the idea is to have
If
people watch. Why not get the people that are actually are going to watch it have a say in what people are going to do?
because I promise you, like what Julian said, like I'm already not watching the Pro Bowl. Like I do not watch the Pro Bowl. I think it's nice, when they try to do stuff, they try to switch it. Like they had Deion Sanders pick teams versus Michael Irvin, and they switch, Western and Eastern, AFC.
Yeah, they didn't even
NFC.
get rid of.
That
Yeah.
was interesting.
All right.
But as far as the
Honestly,
game
I
itself,
think
I'm
the
watching
real
0% of the
solution.
game.
I think the real solution is you're going to keep all these competition stuff on the side, right? They're going to have the
Yeah.
fun stuff.
That'll be
Dodgeball.
one day.
You
That'll
know
be
what
one day.
they really need to do? You need to have the most intense flag football game, real football rules on the field. You have all the players there, intense, aggressive
I
flag
think they've
football, and I think you can really have an effective game. Have a real quarterback in there. Have your receivers running your routes, your blockers, and I think it could be really entertaining. And just use 100 yards to play the full field.
I want to say they've thought about doing the 7-on-7. I want to say they've thought about it. I'm not sure how true that is, but I
But
don't know, man. I think you still come across the same issue of like guys not wanting to pull a hammy or like fucking like.
But it's like, so what do you do
Listen.
then? You're just not gonna play any. You're not gonna do anything.
I don't like. I really.
in the NBA, you're not gonna
it
do
would
the
have-
dunk contest. You're not
here's
gonna
what what it would
Yeah.
have to be. It would have to be something more technical, not so much athletic. And I think that's like throwing a football, like quarterback skills challenge. That's a more obviously there's athleticism to doing it, but it's more of a technical thing. And they would have to come up with something that can be more technical. Like
I
honestly,
understand.
like
Just
what if they
as
just
a
did
fan-
like what if they did this? What if they took from other sports? What if they did like a softball home run derby, or they did a
You can see
3-point
that in
shootout,
baseball. You
or a
can-
3-point
you can-
shootout? Like I don't
like-
know, like but
No, we
like
have
what
the
if
home
you?
run derby? Like, you think I want to see NFL players?
I don't know, man. Put them on fucking
I think it'd be
skates.
funny. It could be funny. You see
No.
guys swing? I saw JaVale McGee swing the other day. He looked terrible.
Yo,
Yeah,
put
you
them
know
on
what I mean?
fucking
Like-
skates. I don't know, man.
We
So,
have other
but here's the
sports
thing.
for that, right? You can do that for fun on the side, for your charities and all that. Cool. Like, they organize those things already. Like, I feel like fans
Here's
are
what-
going to go travel.
here's
I'm not
one
gonna
thing
go
for
travel to Orlando or to Hawaii to see these guys do anything than what they're getting paid to do. Like, I'm not here
Here-
to see you throw frisbees and hit home runs with a
Golf is
softball.
fun,
Like,
man.
I'm not there to see that.
I think the goal is finding out more skill challenges. If they can just do skill challenges and find more things they can do with the skill challenges, that I think maybe like maybe take some things from the combine, like you have to do something like that. One thing I will say too: get rid of the Pro Bowl out of Arizona and Orlando. No player wants to go there. Like those are trash sites. Nobody like if you had the choice to go to Hawaii or Orlando and Arizona, 99% of these people will say Hawaii. The only people that might say Orlando's for Disney, but even then,
Disney.
I still would rather go to Hawaii, dude. Like, take these guys back to Hawaii. I don't know why they're trying to move that shit around like it's a draft. It's not the same thing. You're supposed to reward these guys. It's supposed to be like their vacation. Let them go to fucking like Hawaii. Go somewhere nice, not fucking Orlando and Arizona, dude. Like,
One last point I want to make on this was like what Jojo said a little bit earlier about like what is the point of the Pro Bowl, right? Isn't it supposed to be like to celebrate? It's for the fans, right? It's supposed to celebrate, even if my sorry ass Dolphins can't make it to the championship, right? Because usually the championships teams get pulled from the Pro Bowl, right? Even though I can't see Patrick Mahomes or Pro Bowl, at least I can see my guy, right? This is a guy that I
Tyreek
follow.
Hill.
They have that week of voting or a month of voting where I go in every day. I text 5 times a day. I go on my email. I make a fake email.
Gabe's really telling us a lot right now. He texts
To anon.
Please get Mike a Sickie. Please get a 60. Do a 69 420. Do a 69.
So at least it's to celebrate the fans.
He's the best left-handed quarterback in the league.
to see your guys. Maybe your team didn't get it, but at least you can get shine on your guys. That goes for the NBA as well. Like even if the Heat suck and they lose, at least I can get I can vote for Bam Adebayo. Whatever, I can vote for whatever favorite player that might not get recognition otherwise. So I think in that way, like do something. It should be entertaining. It should be for the fans. It should be fun. It should be like a kind of a meet and greet kind of thing, just to celebrate the, whatever. We're talking about the NFL, to celebrate the NFL and to celebrate the fans, really, right? Because it was like, oh, look, it's been a long year. Look, that's all the people we like. They're here, all the faces. So make it more like a Comic-Con kind of feel, like a fun thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fun, maybe. That's true. Like a panel, like people can like interview, like what they do for Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl experience, like when they do like the whole, like they take up the whole convention center.
They do it for the whole league.
But like an NFL, for everybody. Yeah, and then players are there. Like I said, they kind of do that for the Super Bowl, but yeah, maybe they could do it on a grander scale. Final thought, though, I do think NFL has the best timing with their All-Star game. I don't understand why every other league does it middle of the fucking season.
And what's wrong with that?
It's so dumb. You're supposed to be the All-Star, the lead All-Star of the season, not half of the season. Yeah, like that is, to me, that's just so dumb, because then you can have a good half season and the second half of the season you're terrible. Then meanwhile, maybe somebody had like a pretty decent half season, not good enough to make the All-Star game, but then the second half they like balled out. I don't know. I just think it's dumb. It should be at the end of the season. It's an All-Star thing, people who perform the best throughout the season, not half the season. And then, because when you do that half the season, I feel like it leads to just a popularity contest, which it already kind of is, but I feel like it makes it more of a popularity contest, because like how many people out there are watching like every single game?
Bigger sample size.
Yeah, but then again, that's why you have MVP voting at the end of the season.
Yeah, but it's different than an all-star team.
It's a tale of two halves. I feel like if you deserve it, and I understand, it does have a point, and I'm not against change, but it is the way it's always been, and it's a great halfway mark in plenty of in baseball and basketball. Like that's it. That's half of the season's done. You got the second half to look forward to, and you make your adjustments where you need to make your adjustments, whether you're in an all-star game or not. And teams can really pan out how their season's gonna end at all-star break. So I don't know. I like it. You make a good point, though. I'm not going to disagree with that, right? It's for the season. But I feel like that's where you have MVP voting and all these, other awards you can win towards the end of the season. You could come back from that.